Hey, my name is Kevin. I have ADHD. Earlier this morning, I posted on Reddit about the medication is a crutch analogy people talk about so much. I brought this analogy up with my therapist when we talked about people using medication as crutches and how I always hated it as an analogy. Because yeah, that's exactly what we are doing. We're using the medication as a crutch. We're aiding our brains in functioning. Yeah, most of us can function without it, just like someone recovering from a serious injury can still function to a limited capacity. We have a hard time doing things sometimes, most times even, and the amount of times I sit down and get overwhelmed by what I want to do. But things are so crowded in my head, I can't concentrate. It's ridiculous. Medication is a crutch, but when the fuck did that become a bad thing? You use crutches to help heal you. They're medical devices. Just like someone who has a physical injury, we have issues in our brain that make normal functioning complicated. But you never ever make fun of somebody who is using a crutch during physical rehabilitation. Would you? Would you ever tell somebody who wants to have the use of their legs back and is fully capable, oh, it's fine, just use a wheelchair for the rest of your life? That's us. Every day. Some to higher degrees than others. We're trying. Instead of giving up on life, we're saying that we want to try and function to our own brain's full capacity, even if that takes some help. I mean, a lot of us probably could get through life without medication. But that's not what we want. We just want to function like everybody else. Why is that so bad to so many people? I've made an okay lot in life without medication. I have my own apartment, I'm fully independent, I pay all my own bills on time, I just bought a car. But the thought of what I could do if my brain just functioned right, it makes me want to cry. I look around at the hobbies that I've started and got distracted from within days. The college transcripts of subjects that I started and then I could never focus on the work, leading to bad grades and failures. Most of my stuff in college I just utterly failed at, and it tears my head up that I was so stubborn about getting to a doctor earlier. With any luck, I'll be medicated again starting in August. I was on Wellbutrin for about 6 months before I developed a tolerance for it, but it was the only thing the free clinic could give me, anything else being a controlled substance. During the time I was on Wellbutrin, I could do things. I could finally concentrate. I could finally pursue subjects that I've always been interested in, but always seemed too hard, too complicated. In those 6 months, I went from failing nearly all my high school classes to pursuing them on my own, learning things that were not required by anyone but me. I could do things I wanted. I could study and still have time to make dinner and keep my apartment clean and do other things that I wanted. Now, I'm back to being unable to focus on anything for more than a few minutes at a time without extreme force of will. I want to go back to school. I want to study neuroscience. I want to know more. But it's like being in a fight with a dagger against a full-size sword. I have to fight so much harder just to stay functional. So much of my willpower is dedicated to functioning that it leaves me too drained to pursue the things I want. I miss it so much. It's 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 utter hell knowing what you want to do, but being blocked from it because your brain is malfunctioning. Off medication, I've tried everything. Lists of things to do, listening to music while focusing, and every now and then I'll have a good weekend to study and do things, and I'll be functioning like a normal person, and then bam, back to normal. Thanks for listening. It might not make sense, and I do tend to ramble, but I'm just trying to give everyone a better sense of what it's like to have ADHD and be unmedicated. I hope it helped, and trust me when I say it's not fun a lot of the time. Now, it affects people differently. For me, it's utter hell. For maybe your neighbor or someone in school, it might not be so bad, or it might be worse. Maybe they're just better at coping at it. It affects everyone differently. So just because it doesn't add up to this in you or in somebody else with ADHD doesn't mean that they don't have it. It just means it affects you differently. Only a psychologist can say whether you have it or not. Well, only medical professional, I should say. The doctor I went to at the free clinic said I had it and recommended a government clinic to go to and get properly medicated. I'm still waiting on that. In the meantime, my therapist does agree that I do have ADHD. Thank you, and goodbye.